bize anlatacak burada ne oluyor?
Bu abi bütün taşları şu gördüğünüz gibi önce yeşillikle oyuyor. Bizim tarif ettiği şey bizim canavara benziyor. Gösterir misin babacığım?
Evet. Hello. Let's go. Thank you. The monkey forest. Look at this one. This is so much fun. This little monkey stole one of my decorations. And he tries to open it. Nina, you've made it for me, but he likes it. O yemek değil. O yemek değil. Vermeyeceğim. 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 Tamam. Gidiyoruz.
Hello, dear viewers. My name is Marina. Welcome to Strawberry Patches podcast. And this is episode number 5. I'm very happy to see you if you are a new viewer and you just stumbled upon this podcast. I like to talk about the things that I make, create, and also about life in Bali here. If you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that those bits of information about Bali that I included into this normally knitting and drawing and sewing podcast will be of interest to you. So first of all, I would like to talk about what I'm going to tell you. I plan to talk about my trip to Ubud, you know, the little town in Bali where I am now, the one where from Eat, Pray, Love, where Julia Roberts in the third part, she went there. It's an amazing city, and I plan to show you some of my encounters with the monkeys. I also would like to show you some of my works in project, finished objects, the knitted ones, and I also would like to share with you a new podcast that I recently discovered, and I will also talk about the exotic fruit here, which I promised in the previous podcast. So yeah, let's start. First of all, I have to say that I have been planning this video for a while and I wasn't able to record it because my very, very dear grandmother, whose name is Lydia, has passed away, and I didn't feel like... I was very sad, and I just now kind of coming to terms with this, and I just wanted to dedicate this episode to her. And it's the first time that I lost a person so dear to me, and it was very hard to be far away from home and not to be there with my family to support them. But that's what happens when you leave not very close. And yeah, so I love her very much, and most of the things that I learned are thanks to her, so she will be always in my heart. And so yeah, as I said in this episode, I'm going to share with you about my works, but before that I would like to recommend this new podcast by Carmen. It's called the New Leaf podcast that I just recently discovered, and I just typed Bali knitting because I'm looking for somebody who is also a knitter here, and I saw her episode, and apparently she's been visiting and she took her knitting with her. And I have a question for you guys. Do you take your knitting on holiday, and what kind of projects do you prefer to do when you are near the sea? Because, you know, there is sand, it's too hot, and while I was in Istanbul, I used to take lots of sock knitting with me, but obviously here I wouldn't have any need for socks. So what kind of projects do you prefer doing? Just let me know. So go check out Carmen. She's so lovely, and she has made recently this amazing shawl, and she promised to share her pattern with us, so I can't wait. Also, I wanted to mention Anna from Dunkelgrün. She's amazing. She's another podcaster that I absolutely love. I've been talking about her before, but anyways, so she has finished the shawl for her sister from the yarn that I also bought for myself, and I sent her. And this yarn, it's so nice to see somebody else making something from it, and her shawl is just amazing. Anna, amazing. So yeah, well, anyways, I'm going to talk about my unfinished projects from now on. And speaking of that, this is the yarn that me and Anna were knitting from, Nako, which I got from one of the very famous yarn markets in Istanbul, in Grand Bazaar. And it's Nako Calico Jacquard, and it's 50% pamuk, 50% acrylic, 100 gram to 145 meters, and it's so soft, it's so squishy. I made a tunic from it, and now I'm working on my bikini top, which I showed you before, I think, but I'm not very happy with how it turns out. It's my first time, so I'm still trying to figure out how it will work. And I really miss my knitting friends, Nina from Istanbul, Asasena, that we used to go everywhere around and just knit together. It's very hard to find somebody who is keen on knitting here in Bali. Also, I have a very similar yarn, the same, Nako, let me see, Calico Jacquard, and the colorway is just numbers 31, 54, 6. As you can see, it's very similar. It's just that this one is green, has many other colors inside. It's really bright green and yellowish, and then dark green. I love green colors. Actually, green and blue and purple. I also combined it with some, what's it called? Somewhere here. Anyways, this is, I'm very sorry you guys. I'm gonna have to, I'm afraid I might have thrown it away, but this is the same kind of type, Nako Venus Heaven, but in the green, pink, yellow colorway. So I combined these and I'm making a little top that I'm just making up the pattern on the way. And it lives in this beautiful, beautiful project bag, which I have discovered on one of my trips in Ubud. And look at this. Doesn't it look like a coconut, like a berry or something? I absolutely love the idea. And this shop, I will include a little video of it right here. Very nice shop with handmade fabric and cute bags. I think I'm gonna buy some here. And this lovely lady's name is Robin, and she made all this. I'm guessing that she made all of these cute things. I found this cute bag and this one, and I fell in love with them. That's the name. So this shop is called Manik Bali, and they specialize in ikat and hand-woven fabrics. So when you enter it, you can see a lady working on a machine with lots of cotton fabric, and they also sell produce from this fabric, like little bags like this, quite cheap actually as well. I just like the design and the decorations and the colors. Manik Bali. Also, I bought this long bag that I am using everywhere I go, and I love the way it's so like authentic. It's first of all made from hand-woven fabric, and it's handmade with some patchwork design on it, and it's very comfortable to take with me on the beach. It has purple, I love purple. It has blue, I love blue. It has green. So yeah, love this bag. So back to the project that I was talking about, this top. The thing is, normally I'm very lazy with reading patterns, trying to figure them out, so which results in me improvising a lot as I go. So here is my improvisation, which lives in this beautiful bag, and I just hope that it will fit me, because normally I have no idea until I finish it and I can try it on, but I'll try to show you. So this is the front. It started so beautifully with this bright green and pink, and then that was it. I was really hoping for some more pink, but I love everything bright anyway. So what I'm planning to do is just make these straps to be tied up behind, so the back is probably gonna be just straight and it will not go up to the shoulders. I don't know, I'm gonna try to figure this out as I go. Oh yeah, and it's made not just from those two that I showed you, it also has this knuckle lady, which is very shiny. I like shiny, and this is me, color everywhere. It is 50 gram, 150 meters, and it's basically acrylic with some seam, paillette, and polyester. Yeah, so this is one of the projects that I'm working on at the moment. Actually the second one, right? So the third one I'm making from this really soft 100% bamboo yarn. which I also brought with me from Istanbul. It is yarn art, 100% bamboo, 50 gram to 100 meters. And because I was taking it with me, I didn't want it to take lots of space, so me and Nina, on the way from the bazaar, we just made them into little balls like that. So here I have a bikini top on the way, and I have to tell you that it's my first one, not counting the blue one that I just showed you, and I had to redo this part a lot, but now I'm happy with it. And yeah, basically it's trial and error to figure out how to do it best. And I guess next step would be to connect them at the bottom and just to make a strap, which would be underneath my bra, and from here I would just attach them, make long straps to tie them up behind. Actually, when we were buying it, I really loved the color. It seemed a bit gold, but to be honest, it's very shiny and it's very soft and I like it, but I don't know, I'm just not very impressed with this kind of muted, dull, grayish sand color actually. But I have an idea, maybe I'll decorate it with some beads and some shells, which I like collecting at the beach. Yay, this is why I love to be here. I get to go to the beach, to look for some shells and to make some fun project from them. So this was my WIPs, my works in projects, and now finally I want to share with me the FO that I have finished. This is it. This is my beautiful baby blanket that I have started when I was still in Istanbul, and it's finally finished. It's quite big, so I guess I'd have to stand up to show you. So here we go, guys. Here it is. I'm very happy with the size and with the stripes, and it was so easy to make, obviously, because this is just stuck in it. And as you can see, I just did one row of crochet over it just to make it even. But yeah, now this yarn is again Nako. As you can see, I'm a big fan of Nako. Nako Estiva. It is 50% cotton, 50% bamboo. And the colorway is right, if I can find it. Oh no, where is it? Oh, of course. Colorway is 3278. And I just love this amazing color. I wish I had more of this yarn with me to make some more things. Crochet would be amazing with it. Love it. And I'm sure that this is just perfect, not just for a baby, but for any kind of tablecloth or yeah, since it's square, it's not that much I can do with it. Yeah, another thing I wanted to show you that is not a finished object, but it is something that lives in this handmade bag that I've done. So when I was walking on the beach, I saw all these amazing shells and things, and I had this inspiration. I wanted to make a monster that would have a mouth made of this shell. And let me see if the shell is here. I think it is. I would put it here. Yeah. So imagine a monster that has this funny mouth. Isn't that funny? This is just a shell that I found on the beach, and I'm planning to attach it to this face of the monster. and the rest is gonna happen as the process goes along. I have no idea yet what will be the eyes like or what else, and all I know is that I have cut some pieces for the legs. The legs are gonna be stripy from this amazing fabric. Then I plan to do hair type of thingies or antennas, I don't know. It's gonna be called a sea monster, so it has this kind of things that I brought from Ukraine when I visited it last year or 2 years ago. My father lives in Ukraine, so I wanted to get something typically Ukrainian, and this would be like tentacles or with really nice fabric as well. So I guess this will be the hands, this will be the legs, this will be the hair, and this would be the body. I have some other projects living here, but to be honest, I've been knitting more than sewing. This is another dolly that I'm making, I'm working on, and I already showed you in my previous episode the other dolls. So yeah, so the next thing I'm gonna do is, by the way, in the next episode, I'm planning to go to show you my trip to Kuala Lumpur. We are going there in about 10 days, and of course I'm gonna look for yarn and for some materials for doll making. Oh, there's some ice cream there. There's a guy on this little bike that brings around ice cream, and he rings the bell for anyone who wants to buy some. And yeah, I'm looking forward to going to Kuala Lumpur. I'm going to meet my friend Melissa, and she was the first doll maker that we exchanged our dolls with, and I'm very excited about that. So we're planning to go to some yarn shops, and I will definitely make some videos about that. And I'm gonna look for some filling for the dolls, because when I was packing I just didn't have enough space for it. And when I finish the fabric that makes the body of the doll, I have to fill it to continue working on the face and the hair and the dress. So without it I can't really do any dolls here. I can design them, draw them, but that's it. And to tell you the truth, it's the first time that I have really been dying to cast on something new, but since I don't have, like, all my yarn that I have is basically here. And this is so little from what I had back at home. Like, I had this huge bag that, by the way, when I was watching Carmen from New Leaf podcast, oh my god, it just reminded me of me when I was leaving Istanbul and coming here. And yeah, having not enough yarn makes you very monogamous in knitting, makes you finish projects very quickly, makes you not give up and work and redo, unravel, and make again some of the projects that are quite challenging, which for me it is. It's the first time I'm making a bikini. So maybe it's good that I didn't have anything, maybe, but that's how it should be. So yeah, next time I will show you more of Kuala Lumpur, of my knitting, maybe some drawing, and about my meeting with Melissa, hopefully. And for now, if you are interested in staying with me and seeing some of the snippets that I did about my life here in Bali, you're welcome to join me. And if you'd like, you can subscribe to my Instagram, which I have 2 accounts, Marina Hoja, I will put it here, and MarinaToys, as well as you can find me on Ravelry, MarinaToys, and on Facebook. I will put the link right here. Thank you very much for joining me, and hope to see you in the next episode. Love from Bali, stay creative, and share with me anything if you want to ask me questions. See you.
temple, and unfortunately it is closed for prayer only. And I wanted to show you these cute little monkeys and the beautiful flowers are all around here. I promised before that I'm going to show you some tropical fruit, so today is the day that I'm showing you them. First of all, I have 5 kinds of fruit here on the plate, and let me show you how they look before we cut them. This is the mangosteen. It's kind of purplish black cover, not very hard. I can like punch inside. Then we have a passion fruit. Then we have a snake fruit, which looks like snake scales. Quite hard also. And then we have a yellow mango. There are different types of mango. Normally they're much bigger, but this one is a sweeter one. So we'll cut into that. And the dragon fruit. As you can see, this is the biggest one. So let's start with the passion fruit. Just now I cut it in half, and as you can see, inside there is jelly-like substance and lots of seeds. But seeds are very easily chewed. You can eat them very easily, and they're crunchy. I like it because it reminds me of one yellow berry that we had back in home. It's a bit sour. Has a very nice taste, actually. So, next would be dragon fruit, or shall we leave it for later? Okay, let's do the mangosteen. So, how you open it, you just punch a hole inside, and then you open it, and inside there is a garlic looking pulp, and it's actually not as hard as garlic. It's very, very juicy and very soft. I think it's one of the best, one of my favorites probably here. It's very juicy. It's a bit like grape, and it has a pulp, a bit inside. So that was passion fruit and mangosteen. So of course, many of you know mango, what mango is like. So here we go, mango. This one is a bit ripe. I bet it's very, very ripe. So I just, it has a very long seed, and I cut along it, and then I just cut the skin off, and it's ready to be eaten. It's very, very, very sweet. Also because it's a yellow one, and it's a very ripe one. Yeah. So, the next fruit I want to show you is the snake fruit, which has a very funny name in Indonesian, salak, which in Turkish means a fool. And to be honest, I tried it before. The thing is, it really feels like a snake. And no, I think this one is not very good. Has been in my fridge for a while, but mainly you can see that it has, again, garlicky looking insides, and inside of each of this thingies there is a pip again. This has a very strong taste, and this part itself is quite hard, but it's okay. So here's the seed. It's hard, so of course we don't eat it. Now, the most beautiful one, the dragon fruit. Oh, this one is gorgeous. Just look at that. By the way, sorry about the lighting. It was quite cloudy and now it's very sunny. So yeah, so as you know, sometimes there are white ones with the black seeds. They're always pink on the outside. And here in Indonesia, they make lots of desserts and juices from it. Wow, I've never actually tried it. Like, I didn't know that it colors so quickly. You know, the taste actually is not as strong. And to be honest, my favorite one here is mango and the mangosteen. These ones are better, much better. But as far as juiciness is concerned, this is really juicy, and the color is just amazing. So yeah, you guys, I'm very happy that I'm here, that I have the chance to try all this amazing fruit. So thanks for joining me. There is a ceremony happening right now, and I guess you can hear it. Today and yesterday they have decorated their temples with lots of yellow shiny materials and white. They were wearing white clothes with funny kind of like bandanas on their heads, and I asked the name of the ceremony, but I'm sorry I didn't get it. So now I'm going to show you a little bit of that.